Today, we're finally doing the long tube install by Pypes Performance exhaust on my 1968 Ford Mustang Fastback. I'm so excited. I've been delaying this for the longest time, and now we're going to do the install in the garage, and we're gonna wake up the dead with Pypes Performance exhaust. And later on, we got a neat treat once when we connect all of the exhaust together with the Pypes Violator exhaust, which is arguably one of the best sounding exhausts ever known to man. And as you guys could see, I have everything here needed. I really hope I do not have any difficulties stripping bolts or snapping them off. So I'm gonna soak all of these bolts in PB Blaster and WD-40. We're gonna go into getting this installed on Beverly. A lot of you guys asked me which exhaust systems I am running on my cars. I ran this on Sally, I ran this on Betty, I ran this on Miley, and I'm putting this on Beverly right now. Pypes Performance exhaust, I have been with them for the longest time. They are the best sounding, the most inexpensive exhaust, and the easiest to install. Like, I'm gonna punch this out on jack stands in my garage. If I could do it, you could do it. Shout out to Pypes Performance exhaust for sponsoring the channel here. If you guys want the best exhaust, I highly recommend them. And the game plan today is only to work with the long tube header. So we're gonna uninstall original exhaust, and then we are going to be putting the long tube headers later on after. Then we'll put the Pypes Performance H pipe, which I was very torn on the X pipe or the H pipe. But when it comes to American classic cars, you want to have an H pipe over an X pipe. So I'm super happy that I finally got an H pipe, and then we're gonna pair it with the Pypes Violator axle backs. I love working on classic cars. I can't tell you guys how easy it is. So get this, this exhaust is held up by two bolts, one on each side to hold the mufflers, right? The next bolts that we have to do is the bolts connected to the headers. There's nothing else attaching this exhaust besides these two bolts and the header bolts. That is incredible. And as you guys can see, I'm gonna show you guys right here. There's my exhaust leak that I was talking about. Pretty much complaining every single video. Look at my full exhaust. Look how much this one's hanging down. Look how much that one's hanging down. Huge exhaust leak on the driver's side pipes here. Completely tore off. I was getting fumes in the cabin, getting loud pops. Only a few of you guys actually realized in the video. Shout out to all you guys with good ears. But yeah, we are going to take off the header manifold now. Then we'll take off the headers next. So let me tell you, a necessity when taking off headers on a classic car: soak with PB Blaster overnight just to make the job a little bit easier. And I can tell you, this made the job a little bit easier. These bolts did bring up a little fight, but I broke them all loose. Now we're gonna try to get these headers off the easy way. I'm gonna see if I could actually put off the full entire header here instead of disconnecting the mid pipe to the headers. I just want to see if I could get the headers off of the motor itself. Once when the headers come off, then we'll just try putting it down there, because there's just so much room. That's the one thing that I love about these classic Mustangs. You do not see this much room in modern day cars. It's just not available, especially with the 289 or even my 302. When I did the long tube headers, these things were so easy to take off, and we're almost done. I just need to unbolt these bolts off of the headers, and we'll see if it goes straight down or not. These bolts have definitely seen better days. We're on the last bolt, and then passenger side header is all out. And there she goes. And there she goes. I actually did not have to disconnect the headers from the mid pipe, which made things so much easier. The headers dropped out because of all of that space here. Now, on the driver's end, there's not too much space, but I'm still gonna try my best because there is still quite a bit, and I think I could go ahead and wiggle it through. So let me go ahead and get this side down, and then we'll pull out the exhaust. So I think I figured out where my exhaust leak was coming from, and if you take a look here, exhaust should not be that loose, as well as, yep, header broke off. So This was a much needed upgrade here. Stock exhaust system just did not work. As you guys have seen previously, I had to jerry rig these two together so that they would not dingle around, and then the passenger side seemed to be okay. And then whoever did the axle backs, which I'm still not entirely sure what kind of axle backs they are, you could see somebody just welded the tailpipes on, and then they didn't do such a good job, but I don't know what type of mufflers these are. However, we are going to install the Pypes Performance long tube headers right here. I'm gonna put a side by side. Pypes Performance long tube headers, which is going to be a huge upgrade over these stock ones. So very, very easy install. The only hard part that I would say is getting these stupid bolts off. Just soak them in PB Blaster like as much as you possibly can. To break them loose, get a breaker bar. Do the double wrench method for these stud ones that are super, super tight, and you'll be good to go. So enough talking, let's go ahead and get underneath the car. We're gonna have to put the long tubes from underneath instead of on top because there's no room, and then bolt it up, and then we'll fire her up and awake the beast. So I pulled the long tube headers from the bottom to the top, as you guys can see it there. It's just dangling now. But for the time being, we got the gaskets all provided by Pypes Performance, and then we got some new hardware as well. So you're not reusing anything, you're using nothing but fresh hardware, which is needed, especially with the condition that the other hardware was. So as long as we make sure that the gasket goes on well, then we could tidy up those long tube headers. All right, ladies and gents, and we're finally finished here with the long tube headers. What an awesome install. This did take, I would say, 4 to 5 hours for me to complete. With all this room is just so much fun because you could just fit your full fist and have some more to work with. The only battle that I had was with those rusted old bolts, which is the most time consuming task. But once when you get those bolts off of the original exhaust, these babies slip in no problem. So shout out to Pypes Performance Exhaust once again for a clean install. Very, very easy. I did it on literally in my garage. If I could do it, you could do it, trust me. I really have no other tools but my deep socket set, and it was honestly very, very easy. Just make sure you got that PB Blaster. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and do the first ever startup with the long tube headers by Pypes Performance Exhaust. Alive, ladies and gents, we did it. We got to make sure everything is good though. I'm monitoring everything. She fired up right away on the first crank. Oh boy, she sounds mean. She sounds so mean. Haha, let's go. Woo! Long tube headers, we awoken the beast. We awoken the beast! Beverly is alive! You can smell the fumes. It's gonna start to get smoky as we heat up, that's okay. Look, you can see the smoke starting as she warms up. Let's go. Let's do another cold start. I had to just make sure everything was good, cleaned, and we're gonna fire up once again. I am in love with this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We finally got rid of these mufflers, this big exhaust leak, which I think is on this one. No more bad exhaust. This is going away. We're gonna let her warm up. We're gonna take it out on the ride. And this is next. So let's let her warm up. Let me put her on the ground while she warms up. sounds so mean. She finally sounds the way that she looks, mean and aggressive. We're gonna do the first drive right now, just little things. Jeez, she looks so good. We're here out in San Diego, California. One of my favorite places to be here out in Seaport. You got the downtown where you got the aircraft right here. We have the ocean over here. We have more things down there. And we're finally getting a photo shoot with Lindsay here and Beverly. Beautiful combination in this perfect sighting. It doesn't look too well in videos, but I promise you in the actual photos, it's gonna look sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and post some really quick. And we're just gonna have some fun here with the shoot. Top it off for the day, and then we'll see how that goes. And they also get some cruises here too. Will doing work, Kenzie doing work. I'm gonna put their ads down in the description, as well as Lindsay, if you guys want to follow them on Instagram, on YouTube. Blow up their channels, blow up their pages. You guys are gonna want to see this content, trust me. We are hitting right in front of the midway, and Beverly's looking like a bullet in front of those aircraft carriers. Oh yeah, trying to get it way before here. We'll see how well the sun comes. This is perfect lighting. Lights, camera, action. We're going here now.
Tell me, I'm trying to race the light, but yes, I like that idea. Walk toe to toe for me, just really slow, yeah. Hang on 1 second, hang on 1 second. Alright, I'm gonna feel awkwardly close to the glare eye. Alright, go ahead.
So I have no idea how to take pictures, how to do any type of photography. These guys are professional when it comes to taking photos. Cannot wait to show you guys on Instagram. If you have not followed me on Instagram, make sure you do. Also make sure you follow the team here, because you're gonna want to see how these results came. It is unbelievable. Lindsay back there having a blast. And yeah, just you're gonna want to stay tuned. You're gonna want to follow, and I cannot wait for the results. These guys are gonna tear it up in editing as well. Lindsay's gonna tear it up as she always does on the vlog, and get you some sneak peek. I'm gonna get you guys the shot.
So and this car is like not too glossy, so we're not getting crazy reflections in the paint, which I like. And with the polarizer, I can pick which parts of the car are going to be darker in the photos, which is fantastic. It's not quite satin, but it's like your outfit doesn't do any reflection, so yeah. Well, you look tall. The boots help a lot.
How tall are you? Nice.
Models and muscle.
Oh, for sure. I was telling him I'm gonna send it to as many pages to repost it. Natural, that's crazy. First time, and she's just got it in her.